Listen to me. If you're feeling lost, lazy, or completely unmotivated right now, I need you to hear this. You are not broken. You are not stuck. You are just in a moment, a season, a chapter that does not define you. Your emotions don't control you. Your decisions do. Let that sink in for a moment. So many people go through life believing that their feelings are the driving force behind their actions, that they're at the mercy of whatever they're feeling at any given time. They think, I don't feel motivated today, so I'll just wait until I feel better to start. Or, I feel overwhelmed, so I'll just sit here and wait for the stress to go away. The truth is, that's the biggest lie we've been told. Your emotions are not the thing that has control over your life. It's the decisions you make in spite of those emotions that dictate your future. Think about it. Every single day, you face situations that can trigger a wide range of emotions. You may feel lazy, defeated, or even lost. These emotions can flood your mind, cloud your judgment, and create a sense of paralysis. But here's the thing, no matter how intense or overpowering those feelings may seem, they are temporary. They don't have to define your day, your actions, or your life. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment when everything aligns and you're bursting with motivation. It's about making decisions despite how you feel. You have the power to choose what actions you take, regardless of the emotions that rise within you. You see, the reason most people get stuck is because they let their emotions dictate their actions. When we feel down, we skip the workout. When we're tired, we procrastinate. When we're anxious, we avoid. But the moment you realize that you don't have to wait for your feelings to be right in order to take action, that's the moment you take back control. The power lies in your decisions. It's about saying to yourself, I may not feel like doing this right now, but I'm going to do it anyway because I know this is what I need to move forward. This is the difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck. Successful people don't wait for their emotions to catch up with their goals. They take action first, and as a result, their emotions follow. When you push through that initial resistance and make a decision to act, you'll find that your feelings start to shift. You may not instantly feel enthusiastic or excited, but you'll feel accomplished, empowered, and proud of yourself. That sense of pride builds momentum. Once you start making decisions that align with your highest self, you start building a new relationship with your emotions. You begin to realize that your feelings don't have to be the driving force in your life. Your decisions can be. Emotions are powerful, yes. They can provide insight into what's going on inside you, and they can fuel creativity and drive when channeled correctly. But when left unchecked, they can also hold you hostage. That's why it's essential to understand that you don't have to follow your emotions like they are the compass of your life. The compass is your decisions. Every time you make a decision to act, you are choosing your future. You are choosing to break free from the cycle of feeling stuck, lazy, or unmotivated. It's a decision that puts you in the driver's seat of your life rather than being a passenger on a ride controlled by temporary emotions. It's not about being perfect. It's not about being immune to bad days. It's about making the choice to act even when it feels like the last thing you want to do. When you embrace this, when you decide to take control of your decisions, you shift the narrative of your life. Instead of waiting for things to get better or for feelings of motivation to strike, you become the one who creates momentum. You start building the life you want with every decision you make. And when you look back, you'll realize that it wasn't the feelings that got you where you are, it was the decisions you made despite them. Break the cycle. Motion creates emotion. It's easy to get trapped in the feeling of being stuck. You wake up and it's like your mind immediately pulls you into a fog of doubt, fatigue, or anxiety. You tell yourself that you'll work through it, that you'll get moving once you feel better, but that's exactly where you go wrong. You're waiting for a feeling to change before you take action, but that's not how it works. You can't wait for motivation to come to you. The truth is, action is what drives motivation, not the other way around. When you start moving, even if it's just a little bit, your feelings begin to shift. Think about it. When you sit in inaction, you amplify your feelings of stress, laziness, or confusion. The longer you stay stuck, the more overwhelmed you feel. It's as if your mind starts building a case against you, reminding you of all the things you haven't done, all the reasons why you can't succeed, and all the ways you're falling behind. But the moment you take action, no matter how small, everything begins to change. You break the cycle. You interrupt the pattern of overthinking and self-doubt, and suddenly, you're moving forward. Even if it's just one small step at a time, it's all about shifting your focus from what you're feeling to what you're doing. When you start taking action, even when you don't feel ready or motivated, you create a new emotional state. You disrupt the cycle of inactivity and get yourself into momentum. The simple act of moving your body, checking something off your to-do list, or even just taking one small positive step can shift your emotional state in a powerful way. You don't have to wait for the perfect feeling of motivation to strike. You create that feeling by simply getting started. Once you make that first move, the emotions follow. This is why exercise is such a powerful tool in breaking the cycle of feeling stuck. When you move your body, you release endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that instantly boost your mood. It's not about running a marathon or doing an intense workout every day. It's about simply getting your body into motion. A walk around the block, some stretching, a few push-ups. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're no longer waiting for motivation to show up. You've made the decision to act, and as a result, you start shifting your emotions in the process. This concept applies to every area of your life. If you feel lost in your career or overwhelmed by a project, it's easy to freeze up and think that you need everything to be perfect before you can begin. But you don't need all the answers up front. You just need to take one small action. That could be sending an email, making a phone call, or doing research on a topic you've been avoiding. The key is to get yourself moving. Even if it's just a tiny step, as soon as you do, you break the cycle of procrastination and you start creating momentum. And it's not just about doing anything, it's about doing something that gets you out of the loop of negative thoughts. It's not about forcing yourself to go through the motions without purpose. It's about moving with intention. When you move with intention, you begin to feel the results of your action. You start to see progress, however small, and that progress feeds back into your motivation. You get a sense of accomplishment. You feel your energy shift. And the more you do, the more confident you become in your ability to keep going. You've proven to yourself that you can overcome the inertia of inaction. You've demonstrated that it's not your emotions that define your actions. It's your decisions to move forward no matter what you feel. So when you're stuck, when you're lazy, when you're unmotivated, don't wait for the perfect feeling to show up. Move. Make any move. Just break the cycle of inaction, and you'll be amazed at how quickly your emotions will begin to change. It's the simplest, most powerful shift you can make. Motion creates emotion. And when you embrace this, you'll find that you're no longer waiting for life to feel right to take action. You'll be making life feel right with every step you take. Change your state, change your life. Physiology drives psychology. This is one of the most powerful truths that you can apply to every area of your life, and it's something that most people overlook. They wait for their mindset to shift, for their mood to change, for their motivation to appear before they take action. But what they don't realize is that you don't need to wait for a mental shift to happen. You can change your state physically, and by doing so, you will automatically change how you think, how you feel, and how you act. Your body and your mind are connected in ways that most people don't fully understand. When you're feeling down, unmotivated, or stressed, the first thing you'll notice is a change in your posture, your breathing, and your energy. And when you're in a negative emotional state, your body contracts, you slouch, your shoulders slump, you breathe shallowly, your energy sinks, and it becomes harder to take action. This is a feedback loop. The way you feel influences how your body behaves. The way your body behaves influences how you feel. But what if you could flip that? What if you could change your physical state and in turn change your emotional and mental state? The good news is you can. The moment you change your body state, you can begin to break the cycle of negativity. For example, think about the power of simply standing up straight. When you stand tall, with your chest out and your shoulders back, you immediately begin to feel more confident, more powerful, and more capable. It's like flipping a switch in your brain. You go from feeling defeated and exhausted to feeling strong and ready to tackle whatever comes your way. This is because your physiology directly influences your psychology. The way you hold yourself physically sends signals to your brain about how you should feel and behave. You've probably heard the saying, fake it till you make it. This concept isn't just about pretending to be confident. It's about using your body to influence your mind. The simple act of smiling, even when you don't feel like it, can actually make you feel better. When you smile, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, two of the feel-good chemicals that naturally boost your mood. It's a small action, but it changes your body's chemistry and, in turn, your emotional state. It's the same with movement. When you move your body, whether it's stretching, walking, or dancing, you increase blood flow, release tension, and trigger the release of endorphins, which are powerful mood boosters. This is why you always hear people say that exercise is one of the best ways to beat stress and increase motivation. It's not just about getting fit, it's about creating a shift in your body that drives a shift in your mind. If you want to change your life, start by changing your physical state. Take control of how you're standing, how you're moving, and how you're breathing. When you feel anxious or unmotivated, take a few deep breaths, stand up straight, and smile. You'll be amazed at how quickly your energy will shift. This isn't just some trick, it's science. Your brain responds to your body's movements and posture, and it will adapt accordingly. By changing your body's state, you send a clear message to your brain that you are in control, that you are ready to take action, and that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. This is why successful people don't wait for motivation to show up. They use their bodies to create momentum. They don't wait for their minds to change. They know that by changing their physical state, they can shift their mindset in the process. If you want to change how you feel, start by changing how you move. The energy, the confidence, the motivation you need to move forward is already inside you. All you need to do is tap into it by taking control of your body, your posture, and your movement. Once you do that, everything else follows. It's not magic, it's science. It's about taking command of your state, and when you do that, you take command of your life. Clarity is power. Define what you truly want. Without clarity, you are drifting through life, reacting to circumstances and going wherever the current takes you. You may feel overwhelmed, unsure, or constantly busy, without ever making real progress toward the life you desire. But when you have clarity about what you want, everything changes. Clarity isn't just about knowing your goals or having a vague idea of where you want to go. It's about being crystal clear on the vision for your life, the specific actions required to achieve it, and the unwavering belief that you are capable of making it happen. The reason clarity is so powerful is that it removes confusion. It eliminates the mental clutter that often keeps people stuck in a cycle of uncertainty and indecision. When you know exactly what you want, it becomes much easier to prioritize, make decisions, and take action. The path forward is clear. You're no longer wasting energy on things that don't align with your goals. Instead, you're focused, determined, and driven by a clear sense of purpose. The problem is that most people don't take the time to define what they truly want. They go through life allowing outside influences to shape their desires, what society expects, what their friends or family think they should do, or what seems like the safe option. But the truth is, if you don't take ownership of your own vision, someone else will create it for you. If you let external circumstances or other people's opinions guide you, you'll find yourself living a life that doesn't truly fulfill you. The key is to block out all the noise. Tune into your own heart and get really clear on what you want. Clarity gives you the ability to set powerful focus goals that align with your deepest desires. It helps you distinguish between what truly matters and what doesn't. When you're clear about your vision, every decision you make becomes easier because you have a filter through which to evaluate opportunities, challenges, and distractions. If something doesn't serve your vision, you let it go. If something aligns with your goals, you go after it with everything you've got. This laser focus is what drives success. It's the difference between spending years spinning your wheels and waking up one day with a life you love. But clarity isn't just about having a general idea of your goals. It's about being specific. The more specific you are with your goals, the more you can visualize them and make them a reality. It's easy to say, I want to be successful or I want to be happy, but those are vague, abstract concepts. What does success mean to you? What does happiness look like in your life? How will you measure progress? The more details you can add to your vision, the more real it becomes. For example, instead of saying, I want to get fit, define what fitness looks like for you. Do you want to run a marathon, lift a certain amount of weight, feel confident in your own body? The clearer you are on your goals, the easier it is to take action and stay motivated because you can see exactly where you're headed. Clarity also brings confidence. When you know what you want, you stop second-guessing yourself. You stop wondering whether you're on the right path or if you're making the right choices. Instead, you trust yourself. You trust that the steps you're taking are aligned with your goals, and that's a powerful feeling. Confidence comes not from the absence of fear or doubt, but from the certainty that you are moving towards something meaningful. When you're clear on your vision, it becomes your driving force, your motivation, and your reason for pushing through challenges. One of the most important things to remember about clarity is that it's not a one-time event. It's not something you achieve once and then forget about. Your vision may evolve over time, and that's okay. It's essential to check in with yourself regularly and reassess your goals to ensure they're still in alignment with what you truly want. Life changes, circumstances change, and so will your vision. The key is to stay connected to your clarity and continue to refine it as you grow. When you have clarity, you are always moving towards something. Whether that's a short-term goal or a long-term vision, it gives you purpose, direction, and the drive to keep going no matter what obstacles come your way. Your standards shape your future, raise them now. Many people live their lives on autopilot, going through the motions without truly questioning the standards they've set for themselves. They let external factors, circumstances, or other people's expectations dictate how high they aim in life. But what they don't realize is that their standards are the invisible forces that control their success, happiness, and overall quality of life. The truth is, if you want to change your life, you have to raise your standards. You have to set the bar higher, not just for what you expect from others, but for what you expect from yourself. The problem is that most people live with low standards because they are afraid of failure, rejection, or discomfort. They set their sights on what feels achievable or safe, rather than pushing themselves to pursue their true potential. They settle for mediocrity, thinking that's all they can achieve, or that's all they deserve. But the reality is your life will always meet the standards you set for it. If you expect little, you'll get little. If you expect to only accomplish what feels easy or convenient, then that's all you'll achieve. The moment you shift your standards, you shift your entire life. When you begin demanding more from yourself, when you refuse to accept anything less than your best, that's when everything begins to change. Raising your standards means no longer accepting excuses, whether it's from others or from yourself. It means making the decision to stop settling for less than you're capable of. If you look at your current life, it is a reflection of the standards you've held up until now. If you're unhappy with your health, your relationships, your career, or your personal growth, it's a sign that you've been operating at a lower standard. To change your situation, you have to raise the bar. This doesn't mean trying to do everything at once or setting unrealistic goals. It means elevating your expectations in every area of your life, starting with the small things. One of the most powerful ways to raise your standards is by simply making a decision to demand more from yourself every day. It's the small, consistent actions that matter the most. If you want to be in better shape, stop making excuses about not having time or energy. Start with what you can control. Commit to working out for just 20 minutes a day. If you want to improve your career, stop waiting for the perfect opportunity to come your way. Set higher goals for yourself and take deliberate steps to reach them. Stop accepting good enough as acceptable. Demand excellence from yourself, and you will see your life start to transform. The key to raising your standards is not only setting higher expectations, but also holding yourself accountable for meeting them. This requires a shift in mindset. It's not about waiting for motivation to strike or hoping for inspiration. It's about creating a non-negotiable commitment to yourself. It's about drawing a line in the sand and saying, this is what I deserve and this is what I will achieve. When you raise your standards, you also raise your self-respect. You stop tolerating mediocrity in your own behavior, and you start expecting the best from yourself. This shift in mindset creates momentum that propels you forward, even when the going gets tough. One of the most profound impacts of raising your standards is that it changes how you show up in the world. When you expect more from yourself, you also start expecting more from others. You start surrounding yourself with people who match your level of commitment, ambition, and energy. You no longer tolerate toxic relationships or negative environments that drag you down. Instead, you begin to attract people who elevate you, who challenge you to grow, and who support you in your journey toward greatness. Your relationships, both personal and professional, improve because you set a higher standard for the people you allow into your life. Raising your standards also means taking responsibility for your life. It's easy to blame external circumstances or other people for where you are, but when you raise your standards, you take full ownership of your choices. You stop blaming your past, your upbringing, or your current situation. Instead, you look at where you are and you decide, this is not enough. I am capable of more, and I will work to get there. The moment you take responsibility for your life is the moment you reclaim your power and begin to rise to the next level. Your environment shapes who you become. Control it. It's not enough to simply work hard or have big dreams. If you want to create lasting change and become the person you aspire to be, you need to pay attention to the environment you're surrounding yourself with. Your environment, including the people you spend time with, the places you go, and the things you consume, has an incredible impact on your mindset, behavior, and overall success. Most people underestimate the influence their surroundings have on them. They think that their success or failure is solely dependent on their actions and choices, but the reality is that your environment is a massive factor in how you perform. If you're surrounded by negativity, doubt, or toxic relationships, it's going to be incredibly difficult to stay motivated or focused on your goals. On the other hand, when you immerse yourself in a positive, supportive, and inspiring environment, it becomes much easier to take consistent action and stay committed to your growth. The people you interact with daily, the energy in the places you spend time, and even the media you consume all play a role in shaping your reality. The first step in controlling your environment is to take a hard look at the people you're spending the most time with. Are they supporting your goals? Are they encouraging you to be the best version of yourself? Or are they draining your energy, bringing you down and distracting you from what truly matters? People tend to mirror the energy of those around them, and if you're constantly surrounded by individuals who are stuck in their own negativity, complaining, or playing small, you will unconsciously start to adopt those same behaviors. But when you surround yourself with individuals who are driven, motivated, and supportive of your goals, you'll find yourself rising to the occasion. Your environment must be filled with people who challenge you, who push you to become better, and who celebrate your wins with you. These people don't just help you stay focused, they also hold you accountable and inspire you to keep going when things get tough. It's also important to pay attention to the physical spaces you inhabit. The places where you spend your time should inspire you, energize you, and make you feel like you're moving toward your goals. If you work in a cluttered, chaotic environment, it's easy to get distracted or feel overwhelmed. The energy of your workspace or home directly affects your mental clarity and productivity. By taking the time to create a space that reflects the person you want to become, whether that's by organizing your desk, decorating with inspiring quotes, or removing distractions, you can create an environment that fuels your success. A clean, organized, and inspiring space allows you to think clearly, focus better, and take more meaningful action toward your goals. Another aspect of your environment that can't be overlooked is the media you consume. In today's world, we're constantly bombarded by information from social media, news outlets, advertisements, and entertainment. The messages we absorb from these sources influence how we see ourselves, others, and the world. If you're constantly consuming negative news, toxic social media posts, or content that doesn't align with your values, it can erode your sense of self-worth and diminish your motivation. To control your environment, it's crucial to be intentional about what you expose yourself to. Surround yourself with content that uplifts, educates, and empowers you. Follow people who inspire you, watch videos that teach you, and read books that help you grow. The more positive and empowering content you consume, the more it will shape your mindset, your beliefs, and your actions. Ultimately, controlling your environment means creating a space where you can thrive. It means setting boundaries, eliminating distractions, and making sure that every aspect of your surroundings aligns with your goals and values. Whether that's choosing the right people to spend time with, curating the content you consume, or designing an inspiring physical space, every decision you make about your environment should move you closer to your desired life. Your environment is the invisible force that either propels you forward or holds you back, so take responsibility for it and create the surroundings that will support the best version of yourself.